Yo, CJ. Oh, oh, fuck. Ah, shit. I mean,
Looks like you're stuck with me.
I know. I mean,
Eh,
like this man is chilling on a beach, and I'm
mm,
stuck here with a Congolese Chelsea fan. Um, and just before we started recording, you made a very, very interesting point.
which was?
Um, for those of you who are watching AFCON,
Mm,
congratulations, Senegal, for winning AFCON. Brahim Diaz, you were an absolute goofball. And the Congolese referee, I think you pointed it out, right?
mm.
Bro, he lost control of that game.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like, okay, this is what I'll say before I pass it to you, just to quickly chat on AFCON because we do need to chat about it. There's been a lot of, and listen, I'm coming at this to anyone listening. Please don't cancel me for what I'm about to say. I'm just stating facts. You have people like Jamie Carragher, Gary Neville, and you have all these pundits that are from UEFA, from European nations, being like AFCON and the Asian Cup aren't real tournaments, right? Saying that it's not the same caliber as the Euros or the World Cup. Now, let me remind you, a lot of these European nations, when you look at their rosters, majority of the players are from African descent. So to have a pundit like Jamie Carragher, I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago, um, before the last AFCON, saying that AFCON isn't a real tournament, like you are the most racist person I've ever met in my life. Majority of the players in European teams are from African descent. Period. Hard stop. Like, so the players are coming from African descent, and for you to say something like that idiotic is sad. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because for those of you who watched AFCON, the ending of that game was not good for Africa as a whole. The way that the Senegalese players rightfully walked off because a goal was taken away from them, which I don't think that was a push on Hakimi. I think Hakimi flopped. But again, it's in Morocco. Senegal and Congo have a thing, and the referees are Congolese. I don't think the referee did anything from that aspect, but maybe the pressure of it being in Morocco, and then they get awarded a penalty a few minutes later. So I think overall for AFCON, it was not a good final, just with how everything happened. But again, the ball don't lie. Justice was served, and Brahim Diaz, you were a fool. And you saw his coach. I don't know, Laurent. You saw it. His coach went up to him. He's like, he covered his mouth, essentially saying, like, "What the fuck were you doing?"
Oh, like really
Yeah, he
that
got
was.
heated. Yeah, if you rewatch, like, because Brian Diaz covered his mouth and his coach covered his mouth, and I forgot. I think it was Ogerd or whatever, the defender from Morocco. He pulled Diaz away because you could see it was getting heated.
No way. I didn't catch that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Most likely it's gonna make the rounds on the internet, so
Yeah.
I'll get a good look at that.
But
But
what's your thoughts on what I said? Like, do you think I'm like looking at it from a different angle? Do you think I'm like just saying things to be controversial? Because genuinely, like, I think AFCON doesn't get the respect that it deserves.
mm, I mean, like I think it's interesting because on one end, right, especially like if I'm looking at it towards who you saying it was Jamie Carragher?
Yeah, Kara. Yeah.
Carragher, sorry. Um, because on one end, right, like yes, AFCON does have its strong teams, right? Its strong sides that do come out of it. Uh, but if we're being real, right, the level of soccer within Africa as a whole compared to Europe and whatnot, right? It's not there yet. And there are many reasons for that in terms of most of the eyes, right? On the sports, the money behind it, right? And also,
Political
yeah,
instability.
yeah, the politics and the economics, right? That does explain why. AFCON, more so I'd say is lagging slightly behind, right? But what I find to be more impressive, right, when you highlight that is the fact that despite all of that, you still have teams that are able to produce quality players, right? And like you said, right, that a lot of those players that do play in those European championships do have their roots in African nations, right? So, all in all, I think, right, in a few years, AFCON is going to be up there, right? And the goal is to even, aside from AFCON, right? Even competitions outside of Europe, right? Even South American soccer, right? You're hoping to
Hmm?
see the teams there that are, maybe not as developed or as competitive that they can too, right? Get a stepping stone into the world stage, right? And produce better because I think as a whole, the fans gain from that because you get better football, right?
Yeah.
You get better quality all around, right? So I think that should be the goal, right? If you're seeing that, well, find ways to, to make these nations more competitive, right? That way,
Hmm.
imagine at the World Cup, right? Because we all know those games at the World Cup where sometimes you don't even want to watch it because it's so uneven, right? It
Yeah.
gets to the point where right those teams you're not watching that, right? But imagine if you have a World Cup where now it's truly competitive, right? Where it's you don't even know anymore, right? It could be
And
a Brazil,
when
yeah.
you're, I'm assuming when you're saying, sorry to cut you off, I'm assuming when
Mhm.
you're saying truly competitive, you're talking about it from the group stages, whereas when you're looking at the
Exactly.
teams, because when it gets to the knockout stages, it does
Yeah,
get, the level
yeah,
does increase a little bit more as
yeah,
you go, but I'm assuming you're saying like even at the group stages,
yeah.
you're almost like every group is a group of death rather than saying, okay,
Exactly.
I'm looking at a group and I see three European nations and
Right,
you're like, oh, this is the group of death. Whereas if you see
right,
it a group with like Asian teams or like African teams, you're like, that's not a group of
right.
death.
Yes, yes, that's
Okay,
exactly it. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, no, I think we all benefit, right, from that. So yeah, right. Only the future knows what it has in store. So
yeah,
mhm.
it's funny because I had to go buy a suit today for my cousin's wedding that's coming up in a few weeks, and the guy who was helping me, he was Nigerian,
Okay.
and we got to talking, and we were talking about Morocco, we were talking about AFCON, and I asked him, I'm like, are you gonna watch AFCON today? Well, he's like, well, I'm at work. I'm like, well, you can't put it on in the back. He's like,
Mm,
I would. But I really don't like Morocco right now, and I feel like if I watch it, I'm just gonna get angry because it should be us in the final, and that's what kick started everything. And we were talking about it, and you can see the impact that it has on people when you have poor officiating, and we're gonna come to it
mm,
in a few games that around the Premier League. Like it does make an impact. There's no such thing as perfect officiating. Nobody is perfect, but there's enough tools, there's enough technology that you can get as close to perfection or close to making a good call as possible without you like taking your personal bias away, taking the subjectivity away.
mm,
Um, and I think that's where we're trying to get to.
mm. No, I agree. I agree.
Um, well, listeners, viewers, if you're wondering why CJ is not here, he is making us all jealous. This man escaped the winter blues. He escaped the shoveling, and he is currently on the beach, chilling. Yesterday, he was a little bit upset, rightfully so, as the Arsenal another another missed opportunity, man. Listen, if we had to, I think there was a couple weeks ago during the winter fixtures when City dropped points and we could have won. If we would have been 12 points clear, 12 points clear, and now we're seven, and that seven next week when we face Man United could be down to four, right? If we lose, if we're not careful, could be five, and even then, five, four, like it's not the lead that you need against the robots of Man City and Pep Guardiola. Yes, they do not look convincing at all. We'll get to the Manchester Derby, but again, we need to look at ourselves. I think a lot of years in the past when Arsenal have been in the title race, we've been looking like, oh, are they going to drop points? It's not a matter of us looking at them to drop points. Yes, probably going to call me out on it. Yes, I was cheering that City drop points, but at the end of the day, whether they drop points or not, we have to take care of business. Them dropping points is not going to benefit us at all unless we take advantage. And again, we didn't. The front line that I had predicted, Madueke, Gyökeres, and Martinelli started. Safe to say, Martinelli's a better cup forward than he is Premier League forward. I think the physicality of the Premier League, the pace, and yes, like FA Cup, Carabao Cup, there's still Premier League sides that we're facing, but I think just the style of the game and the approach is different. Champions League 100%, it's not as physical, and he thrives. Madueke, again, I think you've said it before. The end product is what is gonna keep coming up. I don't think it's more of an end product for us. I think it's he doesn't have that same connection with Odegaard and Ben White or Jurriën Timber, and I think that's where he's lacking. The end product, he had a couple really good chances, and his take-ons are what we need. But I think because he doesn't have that same support, it really slows down our attack. Um, Gyökeres, I mean, he did well occupying their defense. There was a lot of pressure on him. He had a couple chances that he wasn't able to put away, which again, end products. Uh, maybe he's fatigued. Whatever it is, he needs to like you need to put up because Kai Havertz is coming and Gabriel Jesus looks better when he plays. Like our attack is more fluid with Jesus. And once Havertz comes in, we know that Arteta loves that man. So, um, coming on the refereeing decision, first thing I'm going to ask you: did you see the Oli Aina handball or
Mm,
supposed? Okay,
mm.
so let me preface this: whether it was called a handball and we got a penalty or not, I don't think we deserve to win the game. Let me just preface it by that. Okay? I think a draw was a fair result because I don't want to sound like these deluded Arsenal fans saying like, "Oh, we should have won. We were the better team." No, we weren't. Straight up, we weren't. But after VAR looking at it, and it's still not being called a handball. And I don't know if you saw Oli Aina posted a photo of that, and he played. For those of you who know WWF, he played Eddie Guerrero's song, which is "Lie,
I lie, I
Cheat, and
cheat and
See and
steal.
Steal."
Don't kill
Yo,
me.
that
That's
listen.
funny.
So he knows. But what's your take? Was that a clear and obvious handball or no? Like if that happened to Chelsea, would you feel justifiably angry like CJ was and justifiably robbed?
No, okay. I'm gonna say this. I remember when I first seen it in real time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think it was a handball, right?
Okay.
Only like you know what I mean? Like it's just okay, whatever, right? And then obviously it goes to VAR, right? And then it gets checked, and then you get to see the replay, and then now you start to interpret things in a different light, right? But so there's a few things for me, right? For one, because they ruled that it was a natural arm position, correct? That's so it's well, I mean, like the question is, okay, so should his hand be, right? Like you see what I'm saying? Like because he's kind of like, and then at the same time too, what I thought it was really like, I thought because his own player was behind him, right behind
Yeah.
him, right? And to me, it almost looked like his own player was kind of like pushing him, like you see what I'm saying? Like from
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Like
yeah,
pushing him
yeah,
into the
yeah.
yeah,
So
and
that's
then like
why,
kicking the ball up to his hand or so. Okay. Okay. I see.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's why, okay. But then now there's like, okay, well, it does hit his thigh, and then his arm is there. But it's almost like you give that, yeah, you could give it, but it's like you're reaching. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no
Yeah.
beyond that. It's like it's a dead ball, right?
Yeah. I
It's a
think for
dead.
me, and I'm assuming if CJ was here, what he would argue and say is there was a motion. His hand has to be there, right? Like
Mm,
when you're jumping up, like you're jumping up with your hands, right? It's not like his
mm,
hand was overhead, but there
right,
was a clear motion to try to keep the ball in, right? Like you
right.
saw his torso move, right?
Mm,
Could they have called it that it has hit his knee and there was, like it was too close for him to move his hand? that's a stretch because you literally saw there was a motion for him to try to keep the ball in.
Hmm.
That's the only part. But again, nevertheless, we did not deserve to have all 3 points in this game. Period. Like, if I'm being honest, we did not deserve it. It's just, where's the consistency? Because what you'll see, and I even said it when we saw Michael Oliver refereeing this game, you can go back in the group chat. I literally said there is going to be a controversial call in this game. And what happened? There was a controversial call, right? And I would have loved to see what would happen if it was against City, if this was against Liverpool or Chelsea. If the call is the same, no one's going to say anything. But there's been so much inconsistency over the entire season. And again, we talk about the same thing over and over again. Fans just want consistency. If it's consistently not called, it's not called. But if it's consistently called and you're giving weaker handballs, this was a handball. Whether it's against Arsenal, Chelsea, whoever it is, Wolves, that's a handball. So, but again, it doesn't take away from the fact that I don't think Arsenal deserved 3 points in this game at all.
Hmm.
Um,
Wait, so why do you think the performance was pretty stale and flat? What happened?
I think there was no connections between the players, right? We know and we've seen over the last couple of weeks, Gyökeres plays better with Trossard. There was a little bit more movement with them, and Trossard knows how to play him in.
Hmm.
Madueke had no connections on the right side. You're having Timber play left back, which again I understand Lewis Skelly is in poor form, but for a young player, I I think he got it right in this game not to play Lewis Skelly because again the city ground, the physicality, it would have been too much for him, and you don't want to toss him in that game. But I think Lewis Skelly needs a run of games to gain his confidence again. Um, Zubamendi and Rice were unreal, and I think it's just a lack of connections because some of the players haven't played together. Like I think if you would have saw Trossard, Gyökeres, Saka start, it would have been more of a fluid attack. What I would have loved to see, because again we're facing Inter on Tuesday, I would have loved to see Eze get this game, whether he's playing off the left or he's playing in Odegaard's position. Like give him time. You brought him in for another creative option, right? And if you don't want to play him, play Jesus up top, right? Play Jesus and let him build on that connection with Martinelli, right? Him and Martinelli cause a lot of havoc because they both rotate together. And sometimes you see Martinelli popping up at center forward and Jesus is playing like the left eight.
Right, right.
And there's a hole that Declan Rice takes. And then the defenders are thinking, like, who do I cover? Right? So for me, it was the lack of connection and the lack of familiarity with our attacking line. That if you are going to play the front three of Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Madueke, like I would have loved to see Marino up top
Mm,
instead of Gyökeres, right? If you really want to have that height, put Marino because he has a better connection with Madueke and Martinelli than Gyökeres, right? I think Arteta got the starting lineup wrong. Even though I was right with the lineup, I think he got it wrong, especially for this game.
mm.
Um, you saw at the end of the game, Declan Rice, he was not happy. He apparently
Y-
looked up in the sky and not
Not again,
fucking
right?
yeah, not again,
Yeah.
fucking again, and like he was angry and he understands, and I think um, he understands the fine margins, right? Only bright side is no one in the top four got points. Right, City lost, Villa lost Everton, which was huge. Liverpool and Arsenal both drew. Liverpool's draw, I would say, is arguably worse than ours because they were at home against Burnley. Um, so on one side, sure, it's a 1 point is massive because we're at 7 points ahead. But
Hmm.
then on the other side, this we could have been nine clear of both Villa and City,
Hmm.
right?
Right, right.
Um, the one other question that I want to ask you is a few of the other podcasts that I was listening to. One of them said it best. They said the only team that can beat Arsenal is Arsenal to the title. Do
Hmm.
you think that's true?
I definitely think there is some truth to that. And especially given the timing of that statement, right, where you guys are now. A decent runway onto the title. However, as we are getting down right to the final stretch of things, this is where that consistency that you're referring to, this is where, if anything, it has to show up, right? Because everything that was done from the beginning of the season till now would have been for naught if you guys are not consistent in these final phases. So yeah, yeah, there's definitely some truth to it. And I think it's in Arsenal's best interest, right, to show up every game and to find a way to win
Yep.
each and every game going forward. Yeah, but you guys did get very lucky with this week, with those other teams not picking up the
Very
necessary
lucky.
points. Mm,
And to put it to perspective, like I'm trying to find. Oh, so here it is. So last year, the same run of games: Everton, Brighton, Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, and Forest. Out of a
mm,
possible 18 points, we won five.
mm,
Okay. This year, same run of games: Everton, Brighton, Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, and Forest. We won 14 out of 18.
mm,
So clearly there is an improvement,
mm-hmm,
but to me, seeing that we drew at the City Ground again, and again, don't hear what I'm not saying. I think I told you guys, and I was telling CJ, like the City Ground is going to be a hard place to go to, and we all predicted the Arsenal win. I just thought, especially for them knowing that City lost and the way that they lost, like go and be killer, go have that killer instinct.
mm.
You know, for me, it wasn't good enough. For
No,
me, it
no.
was not good enough, and the only person that I can point the finger to is Arteta. I think he got it wrong.
Mm.
And waiting so long to bring Eze on. Like if you made the subs for Saka and Trossard right away, bring Eze on. Like am I just being harsh?
I mean, no, because I assume even in terms of why he was brought into the club, right, for his creative abilities, for his ability to, unlock the game at times where it needs to be unlocked. And unfortunately, he just hasn't been given that opportunity, it seems, as the past recent games. And it all stems from that, I forgot what game you guys played where he slept.
Villa.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was Villa. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah. Ever since then, it seems he's been kind of outcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in reference to the Forest game, I think even Forest they played pretty decent. If we're being honest, right? They had some good passages, play at times. So they definitely made it harder for you guys. And yeah, they were able to keep shape when it was necessary. So more so, I think, yeah, they definitely had a part to play, right? Where they weren't just rolling over and letting you guys get up one up on them. So,
And it was a big game for them too because West Ham beat Nando's FC,
mm,
so they had to get something out of this game. So,
mm,
last question I have before we move on from this game. So, Arsenal, I'm just talking about the Premier League fixtures. Um, so we face United at home, Leeds away, Sunderland at home, Brentford away, and then Spurs away for our next five fixtures. So that's a possible of 15 points. Okay.
mm-hmm,
In between, of course, this week, midweek, we play Inter and then United. Then after the United game, we face Carriot and then Sunderland. And after Sunderland, we play, I'm pretty sure, Chelsea. And then we play Wigan in between Brentford and Spurs or some iteration of that.
mm-hmm.
Out of a possible 15 Premier League points, how many points do you think we'll get out of these games? So United at home to start
So
off, right?
at the Emirates,
Yeah,
I mean, if I'm being honest, I didn't even get a chance to watch that United game.
they look
However,
good.
the tales I've heard, right?
They look good.
That was some scary shit. Like, I watched the highlights. I saw, I think, zero city city passages of play in those highlights.
They dominated, and
Yeah,
like. It- yeah,
Yeah, so I'll say this much. That could, I think, if they play to that same tune, that could be a draw. For me, right? So I don't think that's a full 3 points, even though it is on your turf. Because yeah, that was some scary stuff. That
zero shots on net for City.
Yeah, yeah, and City is probably, I think, the best they've been all season, mind you, with that new signing. Semenyo did play,
Hmm.
and yeah, they even had Doku in there, I believe. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, this United team, funny enough, and I swear we've been saying this, CJ and I, and this is the one game where we didn't bet on them, and where we should have, and yeah, we were made to, eat our words.
Hey, I said draw. I
Hmm?
said draw. You guys said City. I said draw.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I technically bet on them. I bet on them to
Mm.
get a point. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, so honestly, man, I'd say so Leeds for me, yeah, for sure, that's a win. Um,
really at Ellen Road, like that game scares me. They've been
mm,
playing well at Ellen Road. I mean, again, put it to perspective. That's a game we should win. You know,
yes, yeah, yeah. When you put it like that way, yeah, yeah. And then okay, so draw United for me. Leeds win. Sunderland now. Apparently, you guys are the only two teams left
undefeated at
that
home.
undefeated at home. I don't even know what to make of that, right? Like, and you're playing this away. No,
No, no,
sorry.
we're at
You're
home.
you're
We're at
yeah, yeah,
home.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah, we're
playing.
at home.
You know what? I'll give you guys the edge on that. I think you guys should win that game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys should win that game. So that's two games
Six,
there.
six,
Yeah,
7 points out of possible 15 so far.
yeah.
Brentford
Brentford.
away.
I think you guys should beat them. Um,
Are you saying that because of the way you guys beat them?
no, that's yeah, yeah, that's funny. Listen, man. Yeah, Chelsea, man. We're PE teacher. What first Premier League game?
Yeah.
And he's already doing the business, right? So,
Yeah, okay. Doing the
eh,
business. Okay. So 10 out of a possible 15 and then brings us
and
to the North London Derby.
which is Spurs.
Will they have a new
Wait,
manager by that time? Will
Thomas,
they,
Thomas
they're
Frank is in the hot seat.
bro.
Yeah,
Oh my days. Do you know Expressions, the Spurs fan?
the what?
Expressions.
No,
Hey, okay, after we record, just go on YouTube and search expressions, not with an E, like just
but X. Yeah.
expressions, right? Just watch some of his videos, bro. He is fucking hilarious. I would love, and again, we're not big enough yet. We are getting there. We're not big enough yet, but I would love to have expressions on this pod just to talk to him, be like, yo, bro, like, were you dropped on your head as a baby? And why are you a Spurs fan? Like, bro, some of his rants are out of this world.
Wait, is he? I'm assuming he's renting against his club for the
Yeah,
poor performance.
bro, his rant about Thomas Frank and the club, and it's just hilarious. I love him. Do you know Troops from Arsenal? The guy who
That
says Obama blood clot Yang?
Wait, is it the guy with the mask?
No, 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 that's not Troops.
Okay, no, then no, no,
Okay,
no.
Okay, I gotta send you a couple of videos. He's like the Troops of Spurs
Okay, okay.
expressions. Okay, so and then the Spurs game, you think we edge it out?
Yeah, I think you guys should win that one. So that's about what I gave you guys two.
13.
Okay, okay, yeah, 13 points.
13 out of a pot. Okay, that's not that bad. Which I think that's fair because I think there is a draw in that run of games. I don't think we win them all. I disagree with you. I think we beat United. We beat Sunderland. We beat Leeds, but I think we draw one of the Brentford or Spurs game. I think one of those two is a draw. I don't know which one, but one of those is a draw.
Okay.
So all right. Hopefully, CJ, you're happy with what we said. Again, like the big thing, and I think CJ was messaging us about it. Performance was not good enough. Handball or not, we need to show why we're the top of the Premier League and top of the Champions League, competing in four competitions. I don't want to hear any rhetoric that this is a shitty Premier League season. Like none of that. Last year was the same thing. We had all the injuries and Liverpool just ran away with it. We weren't able to keep it close because of our injuries. So, and it was only us. This year, at least Villa and City are there and thereabouts. So I don't want to hear any of that. That this is a poor Premier League season. Um, the game that we were just chatting about, Manchester Derby did not disappoint. I woke up for this game mainly because I had to take the kid to hockey. But Michael Carrick did not disappoint. Alex Ferguson, I don't know if you watched, he was super happy in the stands. City lost and United took all 3 points, 2-0 victory. Two talking points for me from this game. One, do you know what Mark Gahey's salary is a week?
No.
400,000 a week.
At
City.
sorry. Oh, like after the transfer. Jeez.
400K a week.
Yeah, that's wild.
So for all of you like City fans, plastic fans saying, "Oh, when you're big," because he turned out Liverpool and Arsenal. No, you fucking morons. It's because Liverpool and Arsenal have a salary structure. That's why he went there. Are you fucking kidding me? Why on earth would he want to go to City, who are on the verge of whenever the 115 comes out? Like, literally, since last January till now, Pep has recreated his team with just under $1 billion spent.
Hmm.
Like, it's insane. The second talking point is, did you see the foul on Jeremy Doku?
No, that I did not see.
Okay, quickly pull it up right now while I'm
Apparently, you got
talking.
it. You got his knees, right?
Yeah, studs up from Diogo Dalot on his knees. He could have torn his MCL. He could have had a meniscus tear. How this was not a red card? And again, I am not a Manchester City fan. Long may they suffer. But that after VAR looked at it was terrible, terrible. And I don't want to hear. I think it was Saturday Gillette Labs. They were saying, "Oh, did it help that it was early on in the game? It's a Manchester Derby. They didn't want to ruin it." I don't give a fuck the context. That is a dangerous play, and he should have been sent off. And Pep talked about it. Pep talked about it. And again, Jeremy Doku, kudos to him. He got up quickly, and I think that may have played a role in it. If Doku stayed down longer and he got more treatment, maybe they would have looked at it longer. But they said that there was no serious intent to injure. I'm sorry. He went studs first.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Is that a red card for you, or am I just tripping?
Yeah, that's nasty. Yeah. Yeah. That's fucking nasty. Pardon my language. Yeah, that should be. You should be gone, bro. Yeah.
Like, and again, we're not City fans. Laurent's a Chelsea fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. Even CJ, when we were messaging him about it, like that is a straight red. So Pep Guardiola, he's right for coming out and speaking against it. This is the inconsistency that we're talking about. This
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
imagine this happened to an Arsenal player, right?
yeah,
I
that's
I would
bad.
be
Yo, how the hell they
fuming.
did not send him off?
Exactly. And VAR looked at it and they said that there was no um, intent to injure. How does that
That
make sense?
see that to me, because I've seen fouls given red with no intent, but it's a dangerous. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a dangerous play.
Yeah, it's a dangerous play.
Like Keane from Everton, when he jumped up and pulled the Fulham player's hair. It's not like the Fulham, like they were both jumping up to head the ball, and rather than him grabbing his shirt, he grabbed his hair. He didn't intend to injure him. He just like his hair was draped over his shirt. Like how is he when it's moving that fast? How is he supposed to like be like, oh, what am I feeling? It's not like when Kukurea was running away and the offensive player pulled his hair back. That is intent to injure.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know, man. That was terrible.
yeah,
You
yeah.
watching it again?
I can't stop watching it, bro. Like my knees just feeling it every time I. Yeah, no. But yeah, it's a shame, bro, because again, like you mentioned, right, the refereeing is inconsistent in terms of the ruling, right? And you know, uh, it's like you can understand there's room for error, but on certain things, yeah, that kind of inconsistency is not acceptable in my opinion.
Wild.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
wild. And yeah, just what I said a little bit earlier. City had 7 shots and zero on target. They dominated possession and passes and passing accuracy, but
Bro, those
United.
stats, like what we're starting to see in the modern era of football, like in today's football, is those stats are starting to become less and less meaningless. Like this
Yep.
controlling of the ball, right? Because at the end of the day, you're not doing much. You're
Nope.
not doing much with it, right? So yeah, no.
United 7 shots on target, 7 for 10, 10 shots in total, 7 on target, 70% accuracy.
Mm.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good for them, and they're currently sitting in fifth place, 1 point behind Liverpool for fourth, and 1 point ahead of Chelsea. So they're making noise. They're making noise at United fans.
What was different? Because I didn't watch the game, but what was
I
different?
think it was just the new manager bounce, and it was a Manchester derby.
Man, you guys gotta stop saying that, bro. Because I don't listen. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? I don't
Okay,
believe in
okay. If I'm
the
being
tooth
a
fairy.
okay, fine. Let me give you a
Mm,
different breakdown. Then one, I do still think it was the manager bounce, but two, they went away from playing three in the back, right? They played
okay.
Luke Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, Dalot. They played Mainu. Kobe Mainu was finally introduced in the game, and he
Okay, I
sat
know that was
next to.
yeah, that was a different thing that
Yes,
he finally started.
correct. He sat next to Casemiro, and then Amad Diallo, Fernandez, and Dorgu played behind Brian Mbeumo. So you actually saw a little bit more fluidity from defense to attack, and the midfield was connected. Whereas
Mm,
when you're playing five in the back, you got your wing backs, and they didn't have the personnel for that. Dorgu
mm,
actually looked more dangerous going forward,
right, right,
right? And then Fernandez was free, and him and Brian Mbuemo were actually playing off of each other. Sometimes you would see Mbuemo drop in, and Fernandez would take up positions like at the right wing or left wing, and there would be a void, and then the defenders and even the midfield wouldn't know who to follow, right?
right.
And I think Martinez is a huge. Sorry, he's small, like Scholes said. Um, there's beef between him and Scholes. I don't know if you saw that. Martinez said, "Come meet me in person."
To pause goals.
Yeah, it's like, bro, listen, Martinez, don't talk shit to Scholes. He, the talent that Scholes has under his pinky fingernail is more talent that you'll ever have in your life. Check yourself, bro. Anyways, I think that's what the difference was.
Mm.
Going back to a back four and actually,
But I swear they went back to back four after Amarin left, and those 2 games, 2 or 3 games that were they were managed under the interim guy. Who's it? They had an interim manager. They went back to back four, but and they lost their last game. So before Carrick came in, they lost their last game. Um,
oh yes, well, Michael
yeah,
Carrick was no Carrick was in the Bournemouth game. That was Michael Carrick in the FA Cup that they lost. You're saying?
yeah. So whoever that guy was that came in after Amarin to settle, right? Because there was a guy.
Uh,
There's like an interim guy. Like,
let's see. Was it in the Burnley games? I'm just trying to pull it up. Michael Carrick was there for the Burnley game.
because remember the guy that managed them against City was not there. That was his first game. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
Daniel. No, no, that was Carrick was also there for Leeds.
Wait, were you checking this on Google?
No, I'm just going into the game, into the matches, just to see when did Amarim get fired. He got fired after the Wolves game, right?
Yeah, bro. What it's gonna do, I think it's gonna even if you go back in time to the game, it shows you the manager that's currently
Um,
there. So that's why you probably see his name all the time. But there was a different guy.
oh, Fletcher, Darren Fletcher.
Yeah, there you go, that
Darren
guy. Yeah,
Fletcher. Yeah, but
yeah.
I think he didn't get the personnel right. Like he still wasn't playing. Like
Mm,
Fernandez wasn't back yet. He wasn't playing Kobe Mainu, and I don't think he got the personnel right, and he didn't get the tune out of the right players.
okay.
I think Carrick picked the right balance with the players and playing. playing Manu next to Casemiro, I think it worked because Manu had the legs and Casemiro was able to provide the strength in the midfield, especially against like Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and Co running in. So, I mean, I hope he gets it wrong against us, but I still think it's going to be a close game next week, and they're going to come for revenge, right? Like they
Wait, so
haven't.
are you worried at all, or?
Yeah, 100%. I'm worried. 100%. I'm worried. Right? You have to give respect where respect is due, right? Like Man City, as much as they've been terrible this year, they got dominated, and you don't to dominate a Pep Guardiola team like that says a lot. Zero shots on target, zero.
Mm,
With the talent that they have, zero shots on target. That's insane for me.
yeah, yeah, no, I agree.
A team that I'm not worried about, Spurs. I don't even know what to say, man. Remember we said this? One of them is going to get sacked, right? And I think with Spurs, the only thing that's holding Thomas Frank without getting sacked right now is the fact that they play Tuesday night at home. If Tuesday he loses against
He's gone.
Dortmund, I think that's it. I know we've been trying to predict it for the past month, but genuinely, I think that's it. There's no way you won 4 games at home all year. There's no way. There's no way he doesn't get sacked.
Yeah, I'm just surprised he's lasted this long.
I mean, maybe the new leadership is trying to not be reactionary, but like fuck, they're sitting in 14th. They're 27 points. They're 10 points out of a relegation spot. West Ham, great points for them. 3 points. They're 5 points behind Forest to get out of the relegation zone. So it's getting tight down there. But I mean, pause. Um, but 27 points, man. Sorry, I had to.
Okay. Um,
Oh fuck. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how he hasn't been sacked yet, man.
yeah, no, and those that point gap from 14 to 17 isn't even that wide.
4,
Yeah, yeah,
even 13th, man, 6. You could even go from 12th, like 7 points, seven
yeah,
points from mid-table to 17th. Like, that's not a lot.
yeah.
So, you said this earlier, Sunderland and Arsenal are the only two teams who are unbeaten at home. They beat Crystal Palace 2-1. I'm not sure if you saw Oliver Glasner's post-match interview. It was quite explosive. He essentially indicated that him and his team are being left to the wolves as Margay was sold prior to the game, and he was saying he never understood it. Like if you are going to sell him, why don't you sell him after this game so that we have a chance to play with our best player and play with our captain. And he's already said that he's going to leave at the end of the season.
Mm.
Um, so is this a huge blow for Palace, or you know how do we look at this?
I think it is, and I mean, even in terms of their unraveling, it's been coming, right?
Hmm.
Slowly and surely, we've noticed that they've been on a recent downhill, which is interesting because beginning of the season around there, they were on the up.
They're
Uh,
fourth place.
yeah, yeah, and you had Jean-Philippe Mateta, right, scoring in form, and suddenly that dipped. And I think it started when Eze left. If I'm being completely honest, around that time I feel like is when you kind of had a slight disruption in the system, and then maybe a few things after that. But then yeah, ever since then, you can tell, right, that it just hasn't been the same team. It's unfortunate, but that's football at the end of the day.
Yeah, and who knows? Based off of his comments, maybe they'll sack him now. They'll say, "Hey, if you want to leave, we'll just sack you now." And then if that happens, do United go in for Glasner? Right? Does that happen? But I think Glasner is too decorated to just want to be a coach. I think he's going to want to be a manager. So we'll see. There's going to be a lot of movement in the summertime from the coaching point of view.
Well,
Um,
Glasner, if you want to be a manager, you know. man ajar, just tune in to the Liam Rosenior TED Talk, and he'll give you all the breakdowns about what it takes to be that. Uh, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
A manager who's almost on his way out. I'm not gonna even entertain your comments, but manager that's almost on his way out. Arnie Slot. Poor. This was a poor game. Burnley at home drew 1-1. This is four draws in a row. Leeds, Fulham, Arsenal, and now Burnley. And if you got to be honest,
All Premier League draws.
all Premier League draws. And if you got to be honest, three out of four of those should have been a win. The only draw that is probably understandable is Arsenal away. And I don't like with Xabi Alonso being a free agent and Booze being hurt at Anfield. Like, is this it?
No,
No.
no, no, no. No, I don't see it. I think right now, what place are they in right now? Let me.
Fourth.
They're fourth. Yeah,
Yeah, but they're
Champions
fourth
League.
place by the skin of their teeth. 36 points, United 35, Chelsea on 34, Brentford like they're 3 points from either being fourth or ninth.
Mm. I mean, I'll say this much: until like so long as they're still in it for the Champions League, I think he's safe.
Okay.
I honestly think he's safe, right? So that's right, one to fourth, and then depending on even if an English side wins it this year, I think you might even get a fifth slot that opens up, right, for fifth place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think he's safe so long as he's in that spot
Okay.
for football next
So
year.
as long as he's in top four and
Yeah,
he's in the Champions League and getting into knockout stages.
yeah.
Okay. Manager who's not at risk at all of being sacked, Daniel Farka, Leeds. Hey, they're in form at home. They just beat an informed Fulham 1-0. Um, Not much to say. The only thing to say is Ellen Road is going to be very difficult to go to, and in a few weeks when we go there, I'm going to be sweating that game because Leeds have looked good at home and they've beat some big sides at home and taken points. So, um, all right, it's your moment.
Huh. Honestly,
Two
man,
nil.
listen. Apart from getting the W, I don't even want to talk about this game because
Palmer's injury.
uh no. And what's again like everyone keeps saying that, but when I checked, there wasn't really talks of an injury, and even I think Liam brushed it off, right? I think what it is Palmer has not been his how can you say he has overcome the injury obviously because he's playing, but he's not quite up to match fitness.
Hmm.
Is what it is, right? But yeah, no, that game, man, we were pretty shaky, pretty shaky. Even the patterns of play that we did have against Arsenal, the previous game, I saw nothing of it. Probably one passenger play where it looked good. So what the coach did right though, funny enough, he got his substitutions right because that second goal came exactly from that, right from the lap press,
Hmm.
which then led to a penalty, right? But you know, some would say that these are the kind of games, right, where you don't play well, but you still get the points, right? And that's what makes a team good and consistent in that regards. But this cannot be the way we play, is what I'll say. Uh,
And it
so
was a stout team that you played against. Brentford, they're there and thereabouts for a top four race, right? They're 1 point behind you. They have more wins than you currently. They're on 10 wins. You guys have more draws. So I mean, it was a good. I mean, in my eyes, what I wrote down, it was a good performance. You guys got it over the line, and you guys were able to, put things behind you. And hey,
Bro, I'm still not sold on Garnacho, man. Yo, that guy, I don't know how he's finessing it. Like, I'm telling you, I have no idea how this guy is in the position
He
he's in.
just scored a brace for you against Arsenal.
Yeah, but again, it's like you cannot be a winger and play like that, right? And be scared and not have the gall to take on your player. It makes no sense to me, right? Or else be a mid, like, just play in a midfield position, right? Like, vacate that position for someone who actually is looking to do the take ons, right? And right? Because every time you get him the ball, what is he gonna do? He's gonna
Yeah.
look to go back, pass, right? And it's just that's not what you want from a player in that position, right? So yeah, top finesser that guy, bro.
Oh man. Wolves. They continue to be in good form, man. Another draw. This time at home against Newcastle. Um, I was able to watch this game, and I think the glaring sign for me from this game is playing every 3 days is too much for
For
Newcastle squad.
Newcastle, eh? Mm,
Yeah, they looked leggy. They looked tired. They looked disinterested. It almost looked like they were playing to the level of their competition. It didn't look like they were going for that killer instinct where you see them against like Arsenal, Chelsea, or in Champions League. But the main question for me is like, what happened to Isak's money? Where did the money go for Isak? Like, why are they not having incomings?
mm.
You know,
And what? So you're saying that because I mean they brought in Voltamade after, and I'm assuming was that funds from Isak's transfer? And
Yeah, but I feel like from FFP purposes, like I feel like they should be good to go out into the market at least. You know,
right,
like I don't know, something just seems a little odd. So, but yeah, Newcastle, like I think playing every 3 days is too much for them, and I think it's ultimately will cost Eddie Howe's job come end of the season. He's done a great job, but I think for Newcastle to take that next step to where the Saudi owners want them to go to, I think they need to have um, and I say this very lightly, but they need to have like a more, I don't want to say tenured because Eddie Howe is tenured, but a manager that can take them to that next like European standard, right? Um, I think Eddie Howe's done amazing from a domestic level, winning a domestic trophy for them. But for them to mark mark their put their footprint in from a European standpoint, I think they need someone else. And I think the best thing for them would be to play in like Europa or Conference League to get their feet wet, rather than trying to just keep playing in Champions League.
Champions League, eh? Yeah, no,
Um,
it's I think that game, big points dropped for them.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge. They're what sitting. They're third. I mean, if they had won, they would have been ahead of. They would have been. Would they have been ahead of Manchester United? Yeah, they would have been either ahead or tied with Manchester United for fifth, and Chelsea would have been in seventh place.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So for you, it's a good thing, but for them, yeah, not a good performance. Um, Another team with a terrible performance, Aston Villa, just like City, they slip. They had an opportunity to go to second place. They slip, losing to injury riddled Everton 1-0. Uh, is this Villa showing signs that the title race may be too much for them? Or was this just a banana peel game?
Honestly, bro, when I look at that lineup for Villa and I see who's on top leading that, I don't even feel secure for them.
Hmm.
Mr. Ollie Polly Watkins, bro. That guy, I think he sees banana all over the pitch. That guy, like because
Savage.
I'm telling you, bro, like the amount of games that I've seen him play in where he's had those chances, right? Like to put his team up, right? Score those goals that as a striker you should, and he doesn't produce. So to me, it's like you don't even have that ability to give your team confidence, right? In those
Mm.
moments that they can rely on you, um, and it's just nervy all around. So I think you make a fair point, right, and fair assessments when you say that I don't think they have the caliber for
And they
these
just got rid of
pieces.
Daniel Mullen too. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't look like they have any incomings because I know last year they were pretty tight with FFP. So again, they've it's a great run for them, but again, they also play every 3 days.
Mm.
They don't have the squad, they don't have the depth, and I think you're starting to see it because, like we said, after the Christmas run, this is where the separation is going to begin.
However, on that note, last year, exactly around this time, was when they maneuvered some loan signings
Yes, yes, yes.
if
The
you remember.
Sancho, Rashford. Yep.
Hmm. Hmm. And so we'll see what if they can even produce something similar this year, right? But to me, the only
A
thing that's
Garnacho, maybe.
ha, don't kill me, don't kill me. Um, yeah, no, but if we if we're being honest here, they have a solid manager, which
Yeah,
I think most of the credit for what they've done thus far has to go to him, right? Yeah, in my opinion, because he's just always able to find a way, right? So I wouldn't count him out just yet, but I will see that right now, and especially again with Watkins, because we've seen what strikers, right, like, or those moments where you have those moments and you have to take them.
fine margins. Yeah,
'Cause- yeah, 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 because those are the differences between, right, the draws, the losses, and whatnot. So right now, with them relying on Watkins, I don't know. I don't know because I don't think he's the most reliable of strikers at the moment. So
fair. Last game sees Brighton hosting Bournemouth Monday night. We're recording this Sunday night, so we don't know the results. But looks like Bournemouth is just trying to extend their lead at the bottom of the table, and Brighton's looking for a European spot. So there is a lot to play in this game. I think Brighton. I think we talked about it last pod. Just quickly brushing over. I think Brighton's going to be too much for them, especially at home, and like Bournemouth are going to struggle, especially without Antoine Semenyo from the offensive side. Yes, they have that young kid Krupi or whatever, and Clivert is still there, but um, it's going to be it's going to be a game where they're going to struggle, in my opinion. All right, sir. Champions League is back.
yes, sir. Yes,
It is
sir.
back. Um, the Arsenal, and again, as always, for those of you who haven't heard listened to our pod and this is your first time listening, we don't really go through all the Champions League games. We only go through the English sides in the competition. Tuesday night, Arsenal travel to Milan to face Inter. Last season, it was 1-0 controversial 1-0 loss after a controversial penalty call prior to halftime. Um, uh, Again, for me, fair result last year would have been a draw. I don't think Inter did anything better than us, and I don't think they deserved the win. But again, they got the PK and they scored. For me, when I look at this game, I'm like, okay, do we go strong because we play United on Sunday? But again, we play Tuesday night, so we still have 4 days to fully rest and prepare for United. And Arteta did rest his front line. He only brought them on at the 60th minute, so they are fresh. Um, so I do think that we're gonna go quite strong. Like the expected lineup that I have is Raya, White, Saliba. I did put MLS because I would love to see MLS play one and two. I think Timber needs a rest. Genuinely, I think Timber needs a rest. Still coming off the ACL, still playing ridiculous amount of minutes. Do I think Arteta is going to do this? No. But if I was the manager, I would put MLS in to give Timber a rest.
Yeah, don't you
Midfield,
guys have a medic team out there that because I swear for us, for Chelsea, apparently it's our medical staff that are making the decisions on whether the players play or not. So I'm
yeah, I would never want the medical team unless the player's coming back from injury. I would never want the medical team to tell me what to do if I'm the
mm,
coach or manager.
mm, mm,
Uh, but yeah, but he still needs a rest.
mm.
Either way, he needs a rest. His midfield three: Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, and then front three. I'm going with the front three the last time when we finished second, Martinelli, Jesus, Saka. I think especially with Inter having that the lack of pace, I want to see rotation. I don't want to put a Marino up top. I don't want to put a Gyökeres up top who's a little bit slower. I want to pull their back line out of position because
Position.
they play a back five, right? I want to see that rotation. I want to see that movement up top. I don't want to see Trossard. I don't want to see Gyökeres, which I may be wrong and that may happen, but especially against Inter, against an old back line, I want to see this.
Hmm.
Because if we win this game, then the game against Carrick at home, which is the last game before the knockout stages, we can go full rotation, right?
Hmm.
One, we're at home. Two, we have probably already secured first place, right?
Right.
Uh, so, question for you. I mean, I know we're predicting this game, but do you think we can get revenge against Inter?
I think it's gonna be hard. I'll say that much. Just even looking at Inter's recent run of form, um, they're in good form in league competition. And even there, I think they've conceded about 17 goals thus far, right? Which is not bad, not bad at all. 16 wins, four draws. Sorry, four losses, one draw. And Inter, as far as I'm concerned, in the Champions League for the last 2 to 3, 4 years, have been a very consistent side. The only time Inter has disappointed was in that final they played,
Yeah,
uh, where right, like I think they forgot that it was a final. Um,
they look leggy though,
yeah,
because PSG's pace got the best of them.
mm, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then that's how you beat Inter. That's how you beat Italian sides. They're
With
they're
the
not
yeah,
known
with
to
this,
being
yeah,
pacey.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, and plus it's at the San Siro, no?
Yep.
So I think it's gonna be a hard game, and for me, I'm gonna go. I think my prediction is gonna go draw, most likely. I'm still
You don't want to
deciding,
put
but
that in, or
no,
you're still deciding?
not yet,
Okay,
not
okay.
yet. I'm still deciding. So right now, I don't know if you guys are gonna get the revenge you guys want, especially also if you're factoring in rotations that could possibly right happen. Where I don't know if you guys are going to have the strongest of squads. Given the fact that your next PL game, right, is versus Manchester United. Um,
Only thing working in our favor though is we play Tuesday, right?
so you guys,
We have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We have 4 full days for recovery and training. If we played Wednesday, I would totally agree with you. But I think the thing that's going to play in our favor is the fact that we play um, Tuesday.
right.
And remember, in Champions League, we've given up 1 goal.
Mm,
So we shall see, my friend. I
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell you right now, my prediction is Arsenal win. I think they're gonna go and they're gonna do it and do the business.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not set yet on what I'm going to predict, but once we get there,
Okay. Oh, you're
yeah,
pulling a CJ since CJ is in here. You're pulling a CJ, huh?
yeah, yeah. No, funny.
Oh,
I
fuck.
mean, this is these are the last two games, right, for the
Yep.
CL, I
Yep.
believe.
Yep.
Um, hmm. You guys
So
would want to finish first, right?
yeah, first or second, we're gonna have the second leg at home. So we're still good. But yes, I would love to finish first. Right now we have a 3 point cushion. So
Yeah, and then a 5 point cushion off of third, so you guys pretty safe spot.
Manchester City, they're currently in fourth spot in the league phase. They're heading to Norway, Erling Haaland's home, to face Bodo Glimt. Um, this
Yeah,
is a no-brainer, right? Like, do we
yeah.
even need to talk about this, or are they going to slip?
No, no, I think this is a must win.
Like,
A
like
must
I
win, and
like am I just like overthinking it? Like, are City just gonna fucking kill someone and just slap up Bodo Glimt?
listen, even if they win by 1-0, they have to win, in my opinion, right?
Hmm.
And given that the quality of that squad at the moment, And then plus, is Gahey gonna be?
Maybe, yeah, maybe this might be his first game. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, that City side has to. There's no
Like, where is
excuse.
Bodo Glimt? Bodo Glimt has only they haven't won a game. They have three losses and three draws.
Mm,
So, like,
the Wolves of the Champions League, as they
no,
say.
no, 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 no. The Wolves of the Champions League is carry it.
Ah,
One draw, five losses, on 1 point.
mm,
Um, Spurs. Will this be the end of Thomas Frank? They welcome Dortmund. I know we've been again, like we said a little bit earlier. Surely, if they lose to Dortmund, that's light for Thomas Frank. No, like they're sitting in 11th. If they lose, they could be mid. Like I don't think they're gonna be out of. Like they're probably gonna go into the final match week with a must win because they're on 11 points. But surely, if he loses, that's it. No,
yeah, I would say so. I would say so. Because apparently there's rumor too that the board and the CEO are having talks with what to do with him and his career and his future there. I would
yeah.
agree.
Finally, we were able to agree on something.
Listen, I mean, the funny thing is, I swear, how long have we been talking about this guy and when he's finally gonna get the boot, right? I mean, out of all the managers, I expected him to go before even Maresca, funny enough, right? But I guess it just goes to show you also, right, that the different natures of the different clubs, right, with the different vision that they have in mind, also with the managers that they bring in, right?
You know what the difference for me is?
Mm,
Spurs fans think that their club size is at the caliber of a Chelsea, an Arsenal, a United, a Liverpool, right? I'm not going to even put City in there because City cheated their way to get to the top, but they're not understanding that Spurs are closer to like a Brighton, a Fulham, those teams that are battling for top four in European spots rather than teams that the expectation is you go far in these tournaments,
mm.
right? And
So
I
the
think
standards are different, is what you're
I
saying.
think they want their standards to be here, but they're down here and they need to, remember where they actually are, and then they'll be a lot happier with the appointments. Again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't strive for greatness, but I think they need a phase of stability and going back and forth and firing someone. I'm not saying that Thomas Frank is the right person for them, but I think they need a few years of stability and rebuilding the squad and understanding that you're not the top four. You're not the original top four. You're the new kid on the block, and you'll forever be the new kid on the block. Yes, you won the Europa, but like you're still not bigger than Arsenal. You're still not bigger than Chelsea. You're still not bigger than Liverpool or United, right? So if you understand that and you just take what you have and keep fighting for six spot, seven spot, staying relevant instead of trying to go for it all, like you have to slowly build. And I don't think they understand that piece. So that's why I think there's a lot of discourse. Um, but again, I might be wrong. I might just be looking at it because I'm an Arsenal fan, and I think that they're the shittier North London side. But you know, um, last two games before we get to the Chelsea game, Liverpool head to Marseille to face ex Arsenal captain Aubameyang. Do we? Both clubs are top four in their respective leagues. Is Arnie Slot done after this game? If
No,
no,
no, not at all. No,
okay.
no, not at all. But this will be a tough game.
Marseille have been playing well.
Yeah, yeah. No, this and Marcel has quality on that pitch, so
Yeah.
this will definitely be a tough game for them. Plus, it is at the France's side stadium,
Yeah.
so it's an away game for Liverpool. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if Salah is. is going to have the chance to appear in that game.
If he
Uh,
does, he's coming off the bench.
yeah, I mean, I know that apparently Arnie Slot has come out in the media and said that that Salah is an important part to the Liverpool team. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, but he's playing the corporate
You,
game.
mhm.
In the corporate game, he's not going to go out there and bash the Liverpool legend, man. He's gonna try to keep him on his side until the end of the year until they get rid of him.
Mm,
He's not going to try to bash his players because if he bashes his player, any value that Salah has is gone. Right.
that's fair. That's fair.
Um, Newcastle, we chatted about they drew Wolves. They welcome PSV to St James's Park, and like we said a little bit earlier, I think playing every 3 days is catching up to them. But in saying that, I think they're going to beat PSV. I think their midfield is going to dominate, and I think they're going to suffer next weekend in the Premier League as a result. They're facing Aston Villa next weekend
Mm,
um, at home, albeit, but I think them playing Wednesday night, I think they're going to go for it and they're going to try to make sure that they get to the next phase of the Champions League. Um, and they have to win this game because sitting on 10 points, like they need the 3 points. They can't just go without a win.
yep.
Uh, and last but not least, Liam Rosenior, Chelsea, Paphos.
Up the Chels, man. Up the Chels. That right there is yeah, that has to be a win.
I
Paphos
mean, I put
just
all three of us for Chelsea win because CJ hasn't said anything yet, but I'm assuming he's gonna say Chelsea win.
yeah, yeah. No, that's yeah, that has to be a win. This is um this is not a game where, you're gonna see the Maresca ball, the no, this is where we're
You're gonna
going.
see Garnacho ball.
Well, man, listen again, yeah, like even funny enough, he's come in clutch with some big performances, but I'm not sold on his winger ability, is what I will say.
Fair. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, this Paphos game, Chelsea is going to come out on top.
Okay. Let's see where Paphos are in the standings, just for
Yeah, like 20.
context. 26th on
Yeah.
6 points. Chelsea are 13th on 10. So Chelsea loses, Paphos will be 1 point behind them. It's a must
Yeah,
win for Chelsea.
if Chelsea loses, Rosner has I don't think his mouth is gonna get him out of trouble with this one with the press and the fans. So he has
Oh.
every intention to win that game. I don't care how he does it, but
Oh.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah,
It
that's for
just
sure.
I'm just this is one pod that if Paphos wins or even if they draw and if CJ's not here for the next pod too because he's still on vacation, man, oh man, you would get away with one.
Yeah, no, man. Like honestly, I can't even see how we do not win this game.
Because it's Chelsea.
No, it's not even that. It's just the respectfully, right? The opponents and just the quality of the players that we have. And I don't know, man.
I mean, that's what
It's
you said about Carabag.
yeah, but again, right? We're playing Maresca ball then. No disrespect.
Maresca ball that won you the FIFA Club World Cup.
Listen, that's fair. That's fair. That was then. That was last season.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
last season, right?
okay,
This is a new season. Remember,
okay.
winless in five Premier League games.
Yo,
Yeah, we're
well,
cutthroat at the bridge here. We're
yeah,
absolutely
apparently. So cutthroat that you're able to tie the prediction leaderboard, man. We're on 50. All each of us are on 50 points.
Hey, all right. Yeah, yep, yep. I just wish the other guy was here to see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
he'll see it. He'll see it. He'll listen to the pod.
yeah.
Uh, what say you?
Well, I mean, listen, like Rosner would say, right? I'm just looking forward to the next game. Um,
Oh,
I'm here to win. That's the only mentality. and just try to take it one game at a time, one prediction at a time. And yeah, so long as the season's still going, it's you always got to think that you can do it,
Mm.
right? Right. So yeah, man, I'm coming. I'm telling you right now. Now that we are tied, right? I was down, I think 6 points at one point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like six or something like that. And you guys let me catch up, and now I'm looking to go all the way. So I'm
You
gonna be
always gotta
ready.
toss a dog a bone, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, you got to do it with the right dog, because toss a bone to the wrong dog, and boy, bro, he's not letting go. He's
Mm.
not letting go. So
Well, first game, I already said Arsenal victory against Inter. Are you gonna go draw? Are you gonna go Inter? Let's see how much of a dog you are.
look at this guy calling me out.
Roles reversed.
I'm gonna go draw. I'm gonna
I
go
go
draw.
draw. Okay. Chelsea Paphos. There's no need to talk about it. We all are gonna say Chelsea, unless you want to change the game so you have a chance to go up.
For the Chelsea Paphos?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you guys want to change it, we can change it.
I mean, it's just you
It
and
is.
me. What do you want to just keep it so you can make sure you get a point this week?
Well, okay, let's do this because we're gonna have to get CJ's input on it. If he's down to change it, I'm down to change it.
Okay.
If we all agree, then yeah, I'm down.
Okay. So then if we change it, we can just do it
Yeah,
through message and then I'll update
yeah.
the
Especially
doc.
with that guy, bro. We change it, we don't tell him, and then suddenly it's like, oh, you know what I mean? We start getting VAR reviews and all of this shit. Yeah,
No handball.
yeah.
Spurs Dortmund.
Yo, that's a tricky game because hold on, let me see here. Where is Dortmund even? 10th place, Spurs 11th, same record.
Dortmund are second place in the Bundesliga. Won their last two.
Mm,
I'm gonna go Dortmund.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's where I'm leaning. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dortmund as well. They seem to be in form.
All right. Well, I guess either you go ahead or everything stays status quo.
And
Uh,
we haven't gotten CJ's prediction
no,
for.
I messaged him, so I'll add it in. But I'm assuming CJ is gonna probably go. He'll probably go with you at the Arsenal game. Say draw,
Really?
and I think so. I think so.
Hmm.
I'm being honest with
Okay.
you. And then the Dortmund Spurs game, I think he's gonna go Dortmund as well.
Okay.
I don't
So
think
then
he's
it's
gonna
a,
bet on Spurs.
so then if we switch it out, what other game?
If we were to switch it out, I'd probably want to put the Liverpool Marseille game in there
Mm,
because again, that's a big game for Liverpool, especially with Arnie
Liverpool.
Slot five draws in a row in the Prem. But yeah, so thank you again, um, viewers, listeners. Uh, you know, CJ is rubbing it in all our face for all you Canadian listeners, or if you are in the States in a cold state. Um, he's laying on the beach right now, loving life. We're here shoveling snow. So, as always, hit that like, hit that subscribe, support us. We'll be out here. The next pod, it will just be Laurent and I, and then we'll be back to our trio next week. Um, but Mr. Piana, well done. Well done, evening the leaderboard at 50, but this is where the
Uh,
downfall begins, as
is it?
always.
Is it? All right. Well, listen, if you say so, if you say so, um, we all have the same amount of points that Arsenal has in the league standing. All
And
right.
only
So,
one will prevail.
yeah, yeah. Ah, you think? Well, hey, man. I think even that one point, the reason, right? If I think it was your Wolves prediction.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, so you keep playing with
Listen,
fire.
I predicted the right score, but for the wrong game because Wolves did get a draw against United.
Oh wait,
From
but you're saying it was the wrong game.
Yeah, because I predicted them getting that draw at Molineux, not at Old Trafford.
Oh, okay, right.
So I was right. I just got the wrong game.
Mm. Hey, man.
I'm a clairvoyant.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it seems like you've been getting things pretty spot on this season. Um, yeah, even I think you even got the lineup
Hmm.
T for your side.
Yeah.
Um,
Listen, bro, I got Arteta on speed dial.
uh,
Oh fuck. All right, man. Let's get out of here. Let's get this out for the listeners. We'll be back, but as always, adios.
Adios.